Jim Conrad and Irv Brown back at Nichols Sports Arena. We're back here for the Class 4A championship game. We're just about getting to get underway. The Thomas Jefferson Spartans against the Fairview Knights. And starting for Fairview tonight, it'll be Brian Scruggs, Billy Thompson, Tage, Tracy, Randall Scruggs, and Barry Remington. And the tap goes to Thomas Jefferson. The starters for TJ will be Craig Cobb, Jeff Leety, Eric Black, David West, and Pat Brewer. This is Brewer with the ball, number 33. He gets it across to Eric Black. The long jumper's good.
Eric Black is that good quarterback that helped Herman Moat's team win the state championship. TJ was 12-9, Jimmy, coming into this thing, the unknown factor. They've done a job. 3-2 zone defense. You'll see it most of the evening.
That's Brian Scruggs out front. He's got the ball now. His brother, Randall Scruggs, is in the other corner. Right there, Tage Tracy. The jumper is good by Billy Thompson.
Well, this guy will give you everything. He's a 100%er. Just an excellent player.
Talk about consistency for Thompson. He had 16 against Longmont the first night, 17 against Alameda the second night, and 18 against Regis last night. And that is consistency. Eric Black in the corner to Craig Cobb. Out front to Pat Brewer, stolen away, and here comes TJ, or I should say Fairview. The jumper by Randall Scruggs is good.
Both Scruggs brothers can play. Fairview jumps up 4-2. They'll run when they can. Mostly Bobby Hoffman will play a man defense all night long.
Jeff Leety, who led TJ last night in their victory. And we've got our first foul of the night. It's on Barry Remington, the 6'4 junior for Boulder Fairview. And it's the first foul of the night and the first foul of Remington.
What a horse he is, an all-state linebacker. Brother Mark plays at the University of Colorado.
There's Eric Black. The shot is no good. Rebound bounced around, and it'll be TJ's ball. David West will inbound for TJ. TJ coming out of nowhere. They were the number 3 entry from the Denver Prep League, and now they find themselves in the finals. That's West. Shot no good. Rebound tipped up by West. Tipped up again. And let's see who they give that one to. It'll take some time because there were about 6 people. And they give it to West.
West has really had 3 excellent games down there. There's the horse Remington. He's an inside player. He picks up the bucket. Fairview leads by 2.
Fairview ahead 6-4 with 6:02 remaining here in the first quarter. Stolen away by Scruggs. That's Brian Scruggs, the 6-foot senior guard for Boulder Fairview.
Leety picks up the foul. He had 20 points in the win over John F. Kennedy. The officials with the ball, Bill Metz, a farmer from Alamosa. The other guy is Mike Pruitt. He's in the real estate business over in Rifle. Mike was a heck of a tight end at CU. He used to catch some passes from a guy by the name of Bobby Anderson.
Shot no good, but the rebound comes down to Tage Tracy. He pumps it back out to Randall Scruggs, who gets to brother Brian Scruggs. Brian at the top of the key. Now switches over to brother Randall. Back to Brian. And inside now to Remington. He moves inside. Nice move by Remington. He's got 4.
Remington's lifted a lot of weight. You can see, take a look at that body. His ball club's up 8-4.
Well, Boulder Fairview, not the top team out of the Centennial League. They were the number 2 qualifier. There's the shot by Eric Black. The rebound down to Remington. Black came in as the number 20 scorer in the state, 19.4 average, but has not been all that hot in the state tournament. 7 the first night against Heritage, 8 the next night against Westminster, and had only 6 against Kennedy last night. But TJ still in the finals. Shot by Scruggs, Randall Scruggs, the rebound to Remington. He drives the baseline, slapped away there by David West, but the foul will be on West. David West gets his first foul, and we've got a timeout. As there's the foul by David West, and Fairview leads it 8-4. We'll return in just a moment after this timeout.
Catch that Pepsi spirit.
Catch that Pepsi spirit. Catch that Pepsi spirit. Catch that Pepsi spirit. Drink it in, drink it in, drink it in.
It was a classic case.
Do you mean Big A Auto Parts?
Yeah, Big A always had the part. It just seemed too perfect. I checked them out. Discovered every Big A Auto Parts store has an incredible system that keeps up with all the parts they sell. Found out they get replacements delivered every day. Hello, sweetheart. Conclusion. Big A always has the part you need when you need it.
Now we just need to get a car.
Big A Auto Parts. We've got it.
You're pulling my leg. You're not going to say, smile, you're on...
No, really. You can call any city coast to coast and visit 20 minutes for no more than $3.33, tax included.
No way. Am I on TV?
Really, $3.33. Call L.A., New York.
Hey, that's my hometown. Hi, Mom. Look, what's the catch?
Just call anytime, Saturday or Sunday till 5. And be sure to dial direct.
Be talking to you this weekend, Mom.
Reach out and touch someone.
And there's part of the Boulder Fairview Knights fan club as they're cheering on Barry Remington, who will step to the line to shoot two. Fairview leads at 8-4, 4:47 remaining here in the first quarter. First shot is good for Remington, and he's got 5.
They've really got the ball inside to Remington in the early going, and that's been the difference. Why Fairview leads by 6 points now.
And Remington with 6, the leading scorer, as he has 6 of the first 10 points for Fairview. Black, a long pass hit to Pat Brewer. Back to Black. Brewer drives down and gives it to Craig Cobb. Cobb's shot is no good. Rebound is taken away there by Billy Thompson. There's Remington inside. His shot no good. Almost tipped up by Randall Scruggs. But Black controls the rebound and brings it down the floor. Pat Brewer, the jumper. 16-footer, no good. Rebound to Black inside. Turns, shoots. Bounces around the rim, no good. Brian Scruggs with the rebound. He sends it the other way. That's Tage Tracy.
I'll tell you what. Let's take another look at the pass in here. And there's the shot by Remington. TJ down 8 points now. Need a bucket right here.
And here's Eric Black controlling out front. He gets it to Leety. To Pat Brewer in the corner. Out to David West. To Craig Cobb. Pressured by Brian Scruggs, and Scruggs will pick up the foul.
Fairview plays good man defense. Their coach, Bobby Hoffman, played at the University of Colorado for Sox Walton. And Kenny Hughes had a couple of state championships. Thomas Jefferson, when he coached baseball, had Dudley Mitchell, Billy Stearns, those people. So a couple of guys going different ways in their career.
Good shot by Jeff Leety as he gets his first 2 points of the ball game and cuts the Fairview lead to 6. Brian Scruggs brings it up the floor.
Leety is a good athlete. Got the 20 against Kennedy last night. The first time Kennedy has lost to TJ in 4 times this year. Look at Remington, going to work.
Remington with the rebound, and he scores, and he's in double figures already with 10.
Well, I'll tell you, Barry's tough. They say to keep him off the line. That's where he has his problem, shooting free throws.
David West, the long jumper. It's rebounded by Billy Thompson. Good outlet pass to Barry Remington. He's got Brian Scruggs. Scruggs can't handle, but he's called, the foul will go against Pat Brewer, as Pat Brewer picks up his first foul for the Thomas Jefferson Spartans.
Hey, look at Remington. Comes down, dishes it off. That's a big linebacker, and he has a little agility there. So Fairview will inbound it. They're leading by 8.
Tracy into Thompson, the long jumper, good.
I'll tell you right now, they're playing on another level, Jimmy. They're just dominating things. They're up by 10, but it's another level. They are on a roll.
Eric Black has it almost stolen away, though. Gets it to Jeff Leety in the corner to Brewer. He drives. Knocked away by Fairview, and Randall Scruggs has it stolen away. It comes back to West, inside to Brewer. He turns, gets the hook, and it goes.
Well, incidentally, TJ lost a lot of kids in Montbello also in the state tournament. They had a heck of a ball club. And then when Montbello opened its doors, they lost some kids. And they're still here playing for the state championship.
The lead now 8. Fairview 16-8 with 2:14 remaining in the first quarter. Fairview will now take its time. Tage Tracy is in the corner to Randall Scruggs, to Brian Scruggs, to Tracy. Tracy, the 16-footer, it's off the front of the rim, tipped back up again. And I think they'll have to give that one to Remington.
Well, he got a little bit of an assist from Cobb, but I guess Remington will take another look. And the tap goes in, and Remington already has a dozen.
And he doesn't need much help. There's Craig Cobb. He goes inside. It's no good. Remington sweeps the board. Outlet pass to Randall Scruggs. He chases it down in the corner, but it's out of bounds.
18-8 in favor of Fairview. A minute and 38 remaining in the quarter. We've got a substitution, Jimmy.
That's James Carey in for Thomas Jefferson, a 6-foot junior for the Thomas Jefferson Spartans, and into the lineup, Graham Hill now for Boulder Fairview. Hill, I should say, replacing Remington, who will get a blow here at the end of the first. Jeff Leety out of the lineup for the Thomas Jefferson Spartans, and Leety had 20 last night to lead TJ against Kennedy. And a travel called against Craig Cobb.
Well, Fairview has things pretty well under control now. 1:28 left. All they're trying to do against the zone is to either flash across the post or to overload. It's been successful. Of course, the key has been Remington inside with a dozen of the 18 points.
Well, he's been the key, of course, with that many points. Stolen away now, Black and Cobb, but the pass by Cobb is too long for Black, and it'll be Fairview's ball the other way.
Hey, how about Graham Hill? Did you see him take advantage there and screen everybody off? Another substitution, Leety back in for Thomas Jefferson.
Leety back into the lineup, and he replaces Craig Cobb, who goes to the Cobb is the floor leader at times for the Spartans when Black is in controlling. Long jumper by Billy Thompson. Rebound comes way outside. Thompson picks it up, gets it to Tracy, back to Thompson, and almost a bucket by Billy Thompson, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, this kid Thompson plays to his limitations every time out. He had some big buckets in this tournament. Another substitution now. Number 43 checking in, Jonathon Hopkins.
Sounds like a college.
That's right. Maybe he's a doctor.
That foul, by the way, on James Carey of Thomas Jefferson, and Billy Thompson goes to the line to shoot two. They'll try to make it a 12-point lead. The first one is good. It's an 11-point lead. Billy Thompson with now 5 points. The biggest lead of the night for Boulder Fairview. Shot goes hard off the back of the rim, tapped around by two Thomas Jefferson players. They knock it out of bounds. It'll be Fairview ball.
Everything's going wrong for TJ, but I'll tell you what, we saw that in the second game. Yuma was horrible early. They came back to win the state championship double A.
Randall Scruggs, the 16-footer.
It's all Fairview right now, 21-8, 48 seconds left in the quarter.
13-point lead, biggest lead of the ball game, and Jeff Leety is fouled by Brian Scruggs. Scruggs picks up his first personal.
You know, Jim, a couple of schools that have had a lot of tradition in athletics. TJ has just a whole bunch of state championship trophies. Fairview won 2 state titles in football. There's another sub coming in. 41 for the Knights is Travis Hardy. That's a pretty good tailback for Sam Pagano.
And he's built like one. James Perry back to Eric Black. Black working on Randall Scruggs. Jeff Leety with Hardy. Now Perry drives inside. Nice move by James Perry, and he scores.
26 seconds left. They'll go for the last shot.
Fairview leads at 21-10. They'll set up for the last shot. There's Billy Thompson. Thompson to Graham Hill. Graham Hill out front. And now it's Travis Hardy.
They're down to 7. They got to hurry.
That's Jonathon Hopkins. He goes inside to Hardy, and Hardy scores. And that puts Fairview up to the 13-point lead as they lead it 23-10 after the first quarter of play here in our Class 4A division final from McNichols Arena. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Because you know, Bob, you are what you eat.
You had to tell me that just as I fixed a bowl of fruit flakes.
Nights at 6, Dr. Bob Newhart has just the right prescription for
Something should be done about Gianelli's inconsiderate attitude towards the rest of the group.
Well, what do you suggest?
I think he should be killed.
The Bob Newhart Show, weeknights at 6.
Hey, somebody call the cops!
James Garner stars in Jim Rockford, private investigator.
You mind if I look in the closet?
You sound like a conspiracy buff. Any way you spell it, it means trouble.
James Garner in the Rockford Files, now Monday through Friday night at 10 on TV2.
Dionne Warwick and her special co-hosts present top recording stars from all over the world, performing their own solid gold hits. It's the most electrifying hour on television, the night America's music charts explode, with a non-stop excitement of solid gold.
Saturday night at 10 and Sunday evening at 6 on TV2.
Hey, we want to pass along a big final here from the CU in Boulder in the Class AAA championship game. Greeley Central pounds Broomfield 70-46. So Greeley Central and Cass Oil, the AAA champions. And what a circuitous route TJ took to get here to the final. In the district play, sub-district, they lose to JFK and then have to beat Manual to become the number 3 entry into the tournament. And then Thomas Jefferson beats Heritage 54-46 the opening night, beats Westminster in overtime 16-58 the second night, and beats Kennedy last night 56-46 to get to the final.
Well, it hasn't been easy, and I know that Kenny Hughes is just delighted to be here. Right now, it's been all Fairview. TJ hadn't been that bad. Fairview's just been that good.
Here's Eric Black working on Randall Scruggs, almost stolen away by Billy Thompson. Craig Cobb back into the lineup. Cobb, number 12, working against Billy Thompson. To Jeff Leety at the top of the circle. Stolen away, and then knocked out of bounds by Billy Thompson. And it'll be TJ's ball.
23-10 our score, 7:34 as we've just begun the second quarter.
Herb Brown passing me cartoons here during the 4A championship.
Yes, that was given to me and I thought you'd enjoy it.
Here's Fairview on the run again. Inside jumper off the rim, hard, no good, and the rebound comes to Eric Black. Of course, TJ winning the state football championship earlier this year has a chance for the double, but they'll have to go a long way as Barry Remington picks up his second foul of the night.
Big Remington, an all-state linebacker. He says, I didn't hit him too hard, Mike Pruitt. Of course, that Pruitt could talk a little football, too. He was a tough kid from Rifle. There's another substitution.
That's Darrell DeHorney, number 35, into the lineup for Boulder Fairview. And Eric Black was the fine quarterback of that TJ championship football team. Pat Brewer on the drive, gets it back to Black. He'll take the 10-footer. It's short. Rebound to David West as he flies down the lane, gets it, and turns and scores.
Hey, what an effort by West. Talking to Bobby Hoffman before the ballgame, the one guy he really feared off this team is West. All right, they're in a half-court trap now. Pretty good pressure, and it pays off.
Brewer steals it away, gets it to Black. He drives down the lane, and his shot is hard off the rim. Controlled by Darrell DeHorney, and they come back the other way. That's Graham Hill. Has it stolen away by Craig Cobb. Neither team controlling now, and here's Cobb with the layup. His first 2 points of the ball game cuts the Fairview lead now to 9 points.
The half-court trap has been effective. One time they missed a layup, but it's paid off twice with steals.
Billy Thompson dribbles through the press. The long DeHorney is way long.
Jimmy, Fairview shook up. The press is doing it. They can cut it to 7.
There's Pat Brewer. The 16-footer is rebounded by Thompson. Thompson now starting to control the boards. DeHorney.
Bobby Hoffman wants a timeout. He knows that they're in trouble right now. A very intelligent timeout by Fairview.
And now with Boulder Fairview leading 23-14 here in the second quarter. 6 minutes remaining, and we'll be back with more right after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Randy Gradishar for the Denver Gold and Silver Exchange, the oldest and largest gold and silver exchange in Colorado.
Hi, may I help you?
These people are here to receive the highest prices for their gold, silver, or numismatic items, class rings, rare coins, gold and silver in any form. In fact, Denver Gold and Silver Exchange will match or beat any confirmed advertised price in the Rocky Mountain region. Whether buying or selling, come to Denver Gold and Silver Exchange, now with 3 locations to serve you.
At
JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong. We will steer you to big savings on our Mileage Maker Plus. With radial construction for all-round performance, 2 steel belts, road-gripping traction, plus added mileage wear, the Mileage Maker Plus. Now, save big on a set of 4. Get the tough tire built to go the distance. Plus,
JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong.
When Ralph's best friend passed through town, Ralph never knew it. He was passing the time elsewhere. When Pamela needed a 4th for tennis, unfortunately, Ralph never knew that either. That's why Ralph needs call forwarding from the Bell Phone Center. So now Ralph just dials a few numbers, and where he goes, his calls go.
Hey, Ralph, it's for you.
Yeah?
You've been such a good nephew, Ralph. I'm leaving you 50 million big ones.
Check your phone book for the phone center store nearest you.
Jim Conrad, Irv Brown back at McNichol Sports Arena where Boulder Fairview leads Thomas Jefferson 23-14. 6 minutes left in the first half of play. And they're getting back into it. TJ is by using that trapping zone press.
It's a 1-2-2 trap. Bobby Hoffman called a timeout and told his people, you've got to recognize it. It's just like ours. He wants them to kick the ball in backcourt and take the trap off.
Brian Scruggs with it for Fairview. The Billy Thompson tried to get it inside to Remington. Lucky break, and it comes back to Thompson, and he scores.
It was a lucky break. TJ had the turnover, but it pays off for Fairview. They now have an 11-point lead.
Thompson now with 7 points for Fairview. Black, nice pass inside to Cobb, but it doesn't go. Tipped up by David West. Beautiful play by West.
Oh, West really cracked hard. Here's the trap again. Another look. Look at this here. The shot is missed, but look at the crash by West. One of the better plays we've seen.
And at the other end, we've got a block foul against guess who? David West.
Boy, I tell you what, this kid will compete. He's a gamer. We've got an injury. Bobby Hoffman coming out on the floor. Number 33 is still down. Randall Scruggs. Of course, the 2 Scruggs kids, the brothers, can play. The rule here now, if he gets up, you have to use a timeout unless you substitute for him, Jimmy, because they've invited the coach and the trainer on the floor. And of course, the first thing to consider is the kid's well-being.
Well, you being a referee, Irv, I know you'll take this as a
you want to question my
the way I intended. But this tournament this year, I have seen probably the best refereeing that I've seen in a long time in this tournament. The referees have not really stood out, and in my mind, that means that they're doing a good, solid job, and they're making the right call.
It's just like you like a good waiter. You just don't know he's there, but he's around.
That's right. No, I'm serious about that.
They have done a good job.
It's been an excellent tournament as far as the refereeing has gone. I haven't seen too many coaches stopping onto the floor and yelling at referees because they've done a good job.
Okay, Scruggs is up, and that's good news. You like to see kids compete hard, but you don't like to see anyone get hurt. He'll come out. He has to sit out 1 live ball. There's the Fairview rooting section. A lot of spirit in that school. Number 43 is in, and that's Jonathon Hopkins.
And Hopkins will go to the line for Scruggs to shoot the 1-and-1. And he misses the first one, and boy, can West get up in the air as he hauls down the rebound.
Well, you talk about a good pair of legs. He's got a good body. And I don't think he really lifts, taking a look at his arms. He's just got a good body.
6'1" senior, and he can really get off the ground. Eric Black now with the ball, looks for West, finds him way out near the midcourt line. Good pressure by Fairview as they're in the man-to-man. And they play it very tight. Pat Brewer working on Barry Remington.
Excellent man defense. We've seen mainly zone down here, but not this ball club. They belly button you. Look at this. Boy, that looks like a Bobby Knight type defense for a tiny Grant. Look at the D, Jimmy.
Well, they're not giving them any breathing room whatsoever. There's Leety being guarded by Hopkins, and they're coming all the way out near the midcourt line, and they're picking up everywhere. Nearly a steal by Brian Scruggs, but it's the ball it does go to Fairview.
Well, the pressure really paid off. Here's Scruggs back in, had to sit out 1 live ball. Thompson gets a blow. I beg your pardon, Thompson is still in. They'll take out number 43, Hopkins.
And And now Eric Black being replaced in the TJ lineup by Troy Mueller, number 24, 6'1" sophomore.
1-2-2 trap again. Let's see if it pays off. They kick it in backcourt. That's the way to beat it.
There's Randall Scruggs. He stops, takes the jumper, and hits.
They did exactly what Bobby Hoffman asked him to do. Throw the ball forward, don't go over the midline, and kick it to backcourt to take away the trapping procedure.
Nice pass inside to Cobb, but he's called for travel.
Cobb took one too many. His ball club's down 27-16, 3:58 remaining in the first half.
And Tracy, T-A-G-E, his first name, pronounced Tog, inbounds to Brian Scruggs.
Watch him kick it back. There it is.
And
they handle it well.
They get it to Randall Scruggs again, and he hits the same jumper again. I'm going to do it like you do.
Boy, you primitive Conrad. What kind of years are going to be for the farmer, Jimmy? And how about the skiers?
And now Fairview goes back to that tight man-to-man defense. Jeff Leety in the corner with it for TJ. Gets it out front to Pat Brewer. Brewer working on Remington.
I'll tell you, a good indication is watching 51 move his feet. That's a big old linebacker, a weightlifter, and he's playing tough D. Pays off again to get the board.
Brewer's shot no good. The rebound down to Tracy. Down court to Remington. He runs the other way. Drives the baseline. Passes out to Thompson, and he hits. Billy Thompson now with 9 points. And a timeout now being called by Thomas Jefferson as they fall behind now by the biggest margin, 31-16. They're behind by 15, 3:04 remaining in the first half. And Irv Brown, Fairview has just done it all.
Well, you got to be impressed with their defense. I'll tell you what, they're belly button to belly button. They're hitting the boards. They're blocking out well. They're looking for their men on offense. The only time they struggled, they were having some problems, Jim, with that 1-2-2 trap. Bobby Hoffman called a timeout. He settled them down. And now Kenny Hughes is trying to do the same on the other end. He's using his timeout wisely. 3:04 left in the half, 31-16. The Spartans have got to cut this thing down to about 10 or 8 if they're going to have a decent shot in the second half.
Well, the leading scorers so far for Boulder Fairview, it's Barry Remington with 12, followed closely by Billy Thompson with 9 and Randall Scruggs with 8. And the leading scorer for Thomas Jefferson is David West with 6. Every one of their other scorers has 2.
Well, he's a gamer. Hey, how about a little memory time for a minute, Jimmy? Last year, remember some of the all-tournament kids? Grant Gondrzik from Boulder, Mark Bryant, George Washington, John Talley, the good big kid from Alamosa, Mark Langkamp, Green Mountain. They won it all. SMU. Boy, this youngster coming off Scruggs is limping a little bit. Eric Sprague from Canyon City, and we'll pick up some more in a little bit.
Well, Green Mountain, the AAA champions last year when they were only in 3 divisions.
Double dribble time.
Great Cobb with the double dribble, and he turns it over. And a chance for Fairview, I should say, to boost their lead. And now Cobb is replaced in the lineup by Richard Carey, a 5'6" sophomore.
All right, there's Kenny Hughes in the gray suit, and his ball club just having a tough time now because Fairview's executing so well. Here's the horse.
Remington's shot no good. The rebound comes down to Leety. And Black brings it across the midcourt line. Works against Randall Scruggs. Back to Leety. Leety drives and shoots. It's off the front of the rim. Rebound bounced around. Fairview ball off of David West.
Leety didn't have good shot selection that time. There's Bobby Hoffman. California kid, came to school in Boulder, University of Colorado. Went down, I believe, as an assistant someplace in the Centennial League, and then there's the head coach.
Almost a nice play by Billy Thompson. The rebound comes off to Remington, and he is fouled by David West.
Another look. A couple of pretty good athletes competing over there. Here's Remington going up. West hammers him right here. So Remington's got a chance to pick up his 13th and 14th point. Not a very good free throw shooter to book on him. Let's see if he proves us wrong. Well, he had that one down. That was just a tough break.
That foul, by the way, going to Eric Black instead of David West. And that's good for TJ because that would have been the third on David. Second shot by Remington is good. He has 13. And now Fairview leads it by their largest margin, 32 to 16, 16-point lead for Boulder Fairview.
Look at this little matchup zone, and it pays off.
Billy Thompson makes the steal, brings it up court, gets it to the corner to Randall Scruggs, and he hits. Boy, is he hot from there. 10 points for Randall Scruggs.
Give credit to Thompson as he finds the old man. Once again, here's a, looks like a 2-on-2 zone.
Brewer, the 15-footer, is good. Pat Brewer with 4 now for Thomas Jefferson. 34 to 18. Fairview leads it. 1:30 left here in the first half. It's been all Fairview. Scruggs, the jumper is good again. He's got 12.
Well, I'll tell you, early it was Remington. Now Scruggs taking charge.
And now the biggest lead for Fairview as they lead now by 18, 36 to 18. 1:10 inside to Brewer. His shot is good.
Very unselfish pass that time from Eric Black. He went up for the jumper, saw Brewer underneath, and he dished it off. 1 minute left to go. Let's see if Bobby Hoffman goes for one shot or he continues to roll.
Look at number 20 here for TJ, little Richard Carey, 5'6" sophomore. He doesn't even look like he's old enough to play. And Tracy, they'll call the 3-second violation. I thought Tracy might have traveled with it, but it's 3-second violation. Fairview leading 36 to 20, 46 seconds left in the first half.
Carey doesn't look like he weighs 100 pounds, but you know he's a player if he's a sophomore in this tournament. A lot of confidence Kenny Hughes showing in a young sophomore. Ball club is down. He wants to change up, and here's a foul by Scruggs.
Well, Carey looks a little bit like a very, very young Nate.
Or an Eddie Hughes.
Yeah, very similar. Has a similar build. And now Eric Black will go to the line. The foul was on Remington. That's Remington's third. I'll take that back. The foul was on Randall Scruggs. It's his first.
15-point lead for Fairview. We have 34 seconds remaining.
Eric Black hits both. He now has 4 points. And the Fairview lead is now down to 14 with 30 seconds left. 36-22, Fairview leads it. Remington has it to Thompson. His jumper is good. Billy Thompson now with 11.
This ball club red hot.
15 seconds remaining in the first half. There's David West. He turns at the free throw line. Off no. Rebound goes down the line. And they'll give the ball to Thomas Jefferson. Off of Randall Scruggs. 9 seconds left. And TJ would really like to get a basket here to cut that lead to 14. Richard Carey, the jumper, hard off the back of the rim. Rebound comes to Randall Scruggs. He's got a man all by himself. That's Graham Hill. His shot at the buzzer would have counted, but it rolled off the back of the rim and no good. And at halftime, a 16-point lead for the Boulder Fairview Knights as they lead Thomas Jefferson 38 to 22 here in the Class 4A championship game from McNichols Sports Arena. And I don't know what else you can say that other than that Fairview has just played it darn near perfectly.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like Bobby Hoffman's team has given a clinic. Hey, TJ is a good basketball team, Jim, and they've just been dominated in the first 16 minutes of this contest. A ball club can come from behind and get it done, but Fairview has really impressed me, particularly on defense.
And we'll be back with more from the Colorado State Boys High School Basketball Tournament from McNichols Sports Arena in just a moment.
Chris is my very best friend in the whole world. We're exactly alike. We both love horses. And we both hate our hair. Yeah.
Best friends are for sharing all the things that you love. McDonald's shares the good times with you. No one sees the world like you do.
Best thing about Chrissy is she's my best friend.
Here's to the two of you.
We bound and gagged him to bring you a serious message from L&L Coin. L&L Coin buys coin stamps, gold, silver, sterling, diamonds, rings, watches, and collectibles. So if you're selling coin stamps, Silver, sterling, diamonds, rings, watches, and collectibles, bring them to L&L Coin, 5500 West 44th Avenue. That's L&L Coin, 5500 West 44th Avenue. Okay, turn him loose.
Hot damn, L&L buys everything.
I was always obsessed by the idea of playing Joan of Arc. Ever since I was a young girl, I bought books about her, studied her.
You have been listening to Ingrid Bergman talk about her role in the making of the Academy Award-winning movie, Joan of Arc. Please tune in for the rest of Miss Bergman's comments and Joan of Arc. It's the legendary story of the maiden who saved France. That's Ingrid Bergman in Joan of Arc.
Sunday at 4 on TV 2.
Back at McNichols Sports Arena, it's halftime in the Class 4A championship game. Fairview very easily so far, 38-22 over the Thomas Jefferson Spartans. Sam Pagano, head football coach at Fairview High School. Sam, that's a pretty impressive basketball team right now.
John, our kids are really playing well. Bobby's done a great job with them all year in the way Randall, Scruggs, and Billy Thompson is throwing the ball up there. I think we're doing fine this first half.
Normally, after the kind of a game that Fairview played last night, a close one with Regis winning by 1 point, you'd expect them to be a little down coming into tonight's contest, but they've taken control of the game from the very beginning, and they've dominated.
I think they have, John. I thought the game last night was really outstanding. It was like a state championship game last night, but I think Bobby regrouped them and told them that they could play 4 nights in a row, very good basketball. And the way those guys are shooting, I'm sure we can be successful the second half and win a state championship.
Interesting to note, you coached a lot of these same players during the football season.
Well, we got a couple kids out there. Barry Remington, number 51, is an outstanding all-state linebacker, and Travis Hardy plays very little. He comes in there and scored a bucket at the first half. An outstanding running back. So we have 2 great kids out there that are contributing.
Of course, Thomas Jefferson, they made it to the finals in the state football championship, winning the title this year. Now they're here again in basketball, and it shows the kind of talent they have up there.
Well, that's very unusual, you know, for that situation to happen. But our kids feel that we're not going to let TJ win 2 titles. And our local papers, Billy Thompson mentioned that we're going to go out and win tonight and not let them have 2 championships this year.
Sam, very quickly, let's touch briefly upon the recruiting situation for high school football players. I know that something you try to avoid on occasion, but there has been a lot of talk about it, especially surrounding the University of Colorado. What are your thoughts as a football coach and how some of those things are handled?
Well, I don't think it's my position to talk about the University of Colorado's recruiting program. Recruiting is very difficult. As most college coaches, they love to coach football, but when it comes time to recruiting, it's very vicious and it's a lot of hard work. But I just feel we have a outstanding football players in the state of Colorado, and we have our share at Fairview, so we're very active with a number of universities that come into our place and recruit all the time. But I think CU, Wyoming, and CSU's done an excellent job this year, and I just wish that, you know, more kids would stay in state, and we have a lot of outstanding football players. I felt this year that there was 9 great offensive, defensive linemen in the state, from Colorado Springs all the way up north, and I wish those kids would play and stay in state, all of them.
Sam Pagano, head football coach at Fairview High School, as the Knights lead by 16 here at halftime. We'll come back with more right after this.
Thanks.
When the government deregulated natural gas, supplies increased, but so did the price. Today, 84 cents of every dollar you pay us goes directly to our suppliers. And every time they increase their prices, the cost of your natural gas goes up too. Do much about these increases, but you can by controlling how much gas you use. It's one way to save money. And at Public Service, we can help by showing you others.
Hey, Sheriff, you hear about Big A Auto Parts? Yeah, Big A saying they always had the part, and that's suspicious.
When you check out Big A, you'll find every Big A Auto Parts store has an incredible system that keeps up with all the parts they sell. And replacements are delivered every day, so they'll always have the part you need when you need it.
Hey, you? Well, Sheriff, I see you finally found something crooked. Oh.
Big A Auto Parts. We've got it.
John Canales back at McNichols Sports Arena with me. Scott Stocker, one of the better-known authorities on high school athletes around the state. Scott, editor and publisher of Sidelines Magazine. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much, John. It's good to be here.
Kind of a different basketball tournament
I think it fooled a lot of people on the outcome of this thing. I know a lot of us like to fill out what we feel our predictions are going to be, and most of us were tearing them up after the first night. It's been a strange tournament, like the NCAAs today.
Well, a lot of upsets, especially in the first and second rounds here in the 4A tournament. Centennial went down on the first night. Alameda with a disappointing performance against Fairview the second night, and Fairview here now playing well in the championship game.
Oh, I think Fairview is playing very well in the championship game. I think they're getting their transition game going very well. They're getting good scoring from Billy Thompson, and gosh, Barry Remington just started out like a house of fire in that first period and just got Fairview going and going well. This is a good team. They're a well-coached team. Bobby's done a great job with them. And, you know, TJ's played well in the tournament, too, but I think tonight they're a little outmatched and they may be a little tired.
One of the interesting things about the state high school basketball tournament is the fact that so many good players come to the metropolitan area, and a lot of the college recruiters and college coaches get to see the players. We didn't necessarily have that this year. The best player was up in Boulder.
Well, I think a lot of people would agree that Tad Boyle of Greeley Central is probably the best player in the state. Some other people would argue and say, well, maybe Jay Bryan at Bear Creek is a good player. Sean Smith at Alameda, Greg Rhodes at Alameda, Paul Kuiper down at Doherty. We had a good bunch of kids this year. But if you take the players and say, well, what does one young man do? Tad Boyle can do just about everything. He can be a guard and bring the ball up. He can be a forward on the inside. He can jump center if he has to. The thing a lot of people like about Tad, not only is he scoring, but he gives the ball up to a lot of people. And you know, a good all-around player is what you look for, and that's Tad Boyle. He's a good all-around basketball player.
Of course, Greeley Central 70-46 over Broomfield tonight, so Tad got what he wanted, a state championship.
Well, I think that that came through just like it was supposed to. Everybody said that Greeley Central was favored. I had to agree. I don't think too many people did. And they just came through and won it, well, in kind of a strange fashion. I guess last night a tough game against Canyon City, but got the points when they needed them.
Scott Stocker of the Colorado Sidelines Magazine joining us here at halftime. We'll come back with Jim and Irv in the second half after this.
Price is important to me when I buy food. It is to everybody. But I want my family to have the best, so quality is just as important. That's why I always brew our coffee, mix our fruit juices, make our tea. In fact, I cook everything that requires water with safe, healthful deep rock. It's very economical, delivered direct to my door. Delicious artesian deep rock, a great drink by itself. It's the only water good enough for my family.
It's rebound 81. The Denver Nuggets take on the Kansas City Kings Wednesday evening at 6:30 on TV2.
Running the break, we're as fast as the wind. We force the play from end to end. We've got a fast move flash.
Denver Nuggets meet the Kansas City Kings Wednesday at 6:30 on TV2.
Jim Conrad and Irv Brown back at McNichols Sports Arena. We're about ready to start the second half of the Class 4A championship game between Boulder Fairview and Thomas Jefferson. Fairview leads at 38-22.
Yeah, they've really dominated. Billy Thompson with 11. Randy Scruggs has 12. The leading scorer, Barry Remington, with 13. Nobody in double figures for TJ. David West and Pat Brewer, each with 6. And it's just been the defense of Fairview, and they have just been on a roll. Kenny Hughes trying to regroup his ball club, going against a team that's shooting 60%. The Spartans of Hughes shooting 37%. There's the story right there, Jim.
Well, when the other team is shooting close to 61%, it's tough. Here's Randall Scruggs, who helped them to that 60% shooting mark. He really caught fire late in the first half. As we're underway in the second half of our final game tonight, the Class 4A championship. Brian Scruggs drives down the lane, shovels the pass off to Billy Thompson. Back to Brian Scruggs, fakes the shot nicely into Remington. Turnaround jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound to David West.
Let's see if the Spartans can get something going now. They got to be very aggressive. Go to the hole, give somebody a decision inside.
That's Greg Cobb in the corner, gets it out to David West. Jeff Leety now works it slowly back to the top of the key. Drive by West inside, and he scores.
Good start. West is the guy who can do it. He's had 3 outstanding nights in the tournament. 38-24. We've just begun the second half. The Spartans starting out in that 1-2-2 trap.
Fairview handled it very well in the first half. They're doing so again here in the second half.
They're going to hold it, Jimmy. They want them out of that zone. The rule is now the team behind has to come out. Look at this. They're working perfect. Anytime you come out like that, you're going to leave yourself open at the top of the key in the baseline. And Fairview picks one up easily.
Randall Scruggs with 14. There's a 16-footer by Eric Black that goes awry. The rebound to Tage. Tracy stolen away by Black, and he scores.
Eric Black, that good athlete, was the quarterback on that state championship team. The lead is 14.
Inside to Randall Scruggs. Nice pass off to Remington, and he scores.
Well, they're spreading them out and finding some gaps now in that zone defense. TJ can't afford to trade buckets with them. They got to play D.
And we'll see what they do with it now. Here's Jeff Leety looking inside. Can't find anybody. Gets it to David West. Now back to Leety. Knocked away by Brian Scruggs out of bounds. And it will be TJ's ball. And we've got a timeout here early in the third quarter as Boulder Fairview leads it 42-26. 6:05 remaining in the third quarter of play. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Think of something special, something you've always wanted. Now, think of it being available at a special savings. Announcing the 10% cash savings plan on Lincoln and Mark 6. You can get a check for 10% of the base vehicle sticker price on every new 81 Lincoln and selected models of Mark 6. The 10% cash savings plan. It's one way to make something special a little more special.
At your Bell Phone Center, we could take away all the phones, and you'd still have lots of reasons to come in. We've got custom calls to make your phone do more.
With call waiting, I can reach home even when the line is busy.
Oh, Dad.
With speed calling, I get Max's pediatrician at the touch of a button.
I got call forwarding, so all my calls go wherever I go.
And of course, we've got phones. All genuine Bell.
Check your phone book for the phone center store nearest you.
At Super 8, at Super 8, and a toll-free line at Super 8. We take the time to make your stay so fine. At Super 8, you're in for a super stay. You're in for super stay at Super 8, at Super 8.
America's finest economy lodging with over 6,000 rooms in 100 locations nationwide.
You're in for a super stay at Super 8, at Super 8.
Now there are the Fairview fans. They're cheering it right now as they lead 42. David West, however, will inbound the basketball for Thomas Jefferson. He finds Eric Black into the corner to Craig Cobb. Jeff Leety at the top of the key. He'll take the jumper off the front of the rim. Rebound to Black. Knocked away by Tracy. Tracy the rebound. Long pass to Barry Remington. Remington had Brian Scruggs drive to the lane. Misses the shot. And it comes down to Craig Cobb. Fairview not playing as well as they did in the first half, at least here to start the second half. And a chance for TJ. Pat Brewer shot Hever around the rim, and the rebound at Tracy. Here's Billy Thompson drives. Good pass down into Remington. Had to save at the inline by Randall Scruggs, but he doesn't get it done, and it'll be TJ's ball.
Well, if TJ can take advantage, they can chop into that lead, because that's right, Jim. Fairview was really on a roll in the first half. Isn't the case right now. See if TJ can come back.
Eric Black drives down the lane, stops, pops, no good. Rebound to Billy Thompson. They got a 2-on-1 fast break, Scruggs and Scruggs. Here's Randall Scruggs, the 10-footer, it's good.
Well, yeah, I got to believe they worked in that in the front yard a few times. Looked good.
That's called a Scruggs fast break.
That's right.
Here's Eric Black. With Fairview leading 44-26, an 18-point lead again. That's the matches, the largest of the night. TJ will get the ball as it goes out of bounds.
Well, Brian Scruggs really denied the passing lane that time, kicked it out of bounds. Black will put it in play. Ball club down 18.
Craig Cobb at the side of the lane, backs off now with pressure by Billy Thompson. David West has it in the corner. Here's Eric Black. Nice pass inside to Craig Cobb, and he scores.
Well, he did an excellent job beating Billy Thompson back door. Thompson gets a little close, and that's the way you beat it, with the back door. Well handled. Here's the trap. 1-2.
They break it easily. There's Randall Scruggs. He'll take the shot, banks it off the glass, no good, and it bounces out of bounds. It'll be TJ's ball.
4:26 remaining, 44-28 our score here. Thomas Jefferson's got some good athletes, even though they're down a bunch. It's not impossible.
16-point lead for Fairview. Eric Black has it knocked away by Brian Scruggs, but he recovers back to Black. Inside to Brewer. Nice play, and Brewer scores.
Black does the job. 14-point lead. Let's take another look at that pass. Nice pass inside.
And the other way, Fairview breaks the press again. And they've got that down pat. It hasn't really bothered them that much. Here's Randall Scruggs, who's been red hot. Billy Thompson in the middle. Back out to Barry Remington. Well, I'll tell you, everybody plays everywhere. Here's Tage Tracy. Nice pass from Billy Thompson, and he scores.
Back door that time is TJ coming out with that zone, and they just overextend. Here's Fairview coming the other way now in the break.
Billy Thompson drives it all the way, stops, shoots the 8-footer, tipped up. Barry Remington, no, the rebound to Jeff Leety. 46-30, Fairview leads it, 3:23 remaining. Here's Leety on the fast break, banks it good.
Well, this kid can shoot. He had the big night against Kennedy, threw in 20.
We'll have substitutes coming in at the next break. It'll be Graham Hill for Fairview, and for Thomas Jefferson, it'll be James Perry.
Look at this ball handling, Jimmy. They're going to bring him out now. They'll look for the back door again. Spread him out, bring him out.
There's a nice jumper by Billy Thompson. He banks it home. Thompson now with 13 points, those his first two in the second half. The lead back to 16. Inside is Leety.
No defense that time. Bobby Hoffman very up. Fairview just fell asleep. Look at this, uncontested. That hadn't been the case. They've been superb on defense. Not that time.
Jeff Leety now with 6 points more here in the second half. That's Brian Scruggs with pressure from Eric Black. He finds Brother Randall in the corner. It's back to Billy Thompson. And now Fairview will take their time. They'll set up. They'll try to get another good inside shot as they got last time. What they're doing is they're feeding it to Billy Thompson. They're driving, but Brian Scruggs drives all the way. It's no good. Rebound to Jeff Leety. Was stolen away by Brian Thompson, or Brian Scruggs, to Billy Thompson. And it's 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Timeout called by Thomas Jefferson as they trail or lead now by 14 points. I should say Fairview with the timeout. They lead it by 14, 48-34. And it looks like a Denver Nugget game, the fast breaking.
Well, they have gotten it up and down the court the last couple times. Bobby Hoffman using that timeout to get his ball club straightened out on defense because TJ has been able to score. The Spartans' problem is they haven't been able to stop the Knights. They've overextended. They're playing man now. And we saw Scruggs go down the middle, missed the layup, but boy, it was uncontested. Some of the fans here, pretty good crowd here at McNichols tonight. Remember, the state tournament split up at CU and also McNichols. Jimmy, let's run over some scores.
All right, let's update you as to what has happened tonight in the Class A Division I championship game here. Caliche beat Silver State Baptist 57-50 for the title there. Also, just before this game in AA, it was Yuma beating John Mall 57-54. Yuma the champion there. Up at the CU Event Center, A Division II, Flagler beats Pete 59-50 for the title. And in Class AAA, also at the CU Event Center, Greeley beating Broomfield 70-46 tonight. Greeley Central, the Class AAA champion. And this is the final game of the night in Class 4A. Boulder Fairview leading at 48-34, a minute 56 left here in the third quarter. Tage Tracy inside to Billy Thompson. Nice move by Thompson.
So once again, the timeout pays off. Bobby Hoffman had something set up, and they went inside and made it look easy.
Thompson with 15 points now as TJ comes the other way. Pat Brewer looks inside, thinks better of it, and gets it back out to James Perry. Brewer drives to the free throw line, gets it to Craig Cobb, but he's called for traveling there.
Thompson take care of the pivot foot. Mike Pruitt from the Western Slope makes the call. That's Bill Metz, the littler guy from Alamosa, the other official.
Now TJ man-to-man all over the floor. They're trapping. They get it to Tage Tracy, but he can't handle it. James Perry makes the steal, and TJ, the press pays off. Eric Black, the long jumper. The rebound will go to Billy Thompson. Fairview brings it up in a hurry. That's Dog Tracy, drives down the lane, thinks better of it, gets to Randall Scruggs. His shot is off, no good, and Cobb has the rebound. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Pat Brewer down the lane, left hand, good.
Well, that looked like $1 million. That's a good athlete.
Nice drive by Pat Brewer. He has 10 points now for Thomas Jefferson and is the leading scorer for the Spartans. There's Brian Scruggs. Nice drive off to Billy Thompson, and Thompson now with 17.
Did that show you something there? A little penetration. Two people come over and pick him up. He just kicks it to Thompson for a layup.
Well, he actually had the layup himself, Brian Scruggs, but very unselfish. Dumped it on a nice pass to Billy Thompson. 16-point lead for Fairview, 52-46. 36, I should say. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. And now some substitutions. As number 24 in the Thomas Jefferson lineup, that's Troy Mueller. And 31 for Fairview, that's Travis Hardy. Also into the lineup, Darrell DeHorney for Fairview as he replaces Billy Thompson.
40 seconds remaining in the third period. Fairview with a commanding 52-36 lead. The Spartans have the ball. They're going to get a layup.
They won't get the layup. They get the foul, and it'll be on Graham Hill.
Number 15, Graham Hill, Fairview.
Graham Hill, wasn't he a race driver?
I don't remember that one. You got names for all of them. Jonathon Hopkins was at a hospital. Here's another sub, number 23, coming in for Fairview, Rich Enderlin, 6-foot senior. And he replaces Brian Scruggs. Scruggs brothers can play.
Fairview with the 16-point lead. Eric Black with the ball. Gets it now to Mueller. And it's back to Black in the corner. The baseline, nice move. He throws it up. It's no good. Rebound to Brewer. Turns and shoots and scores, and now Brewer with 12 as he's doing a job for TJ.
Yeah, Brewer really has looked good in this fourth quarter. 20 seconds remaining. Bobby Hoffman would like the last shot. He's hollering one shot.
There's Randall Scruggs. Gets it back to Rich Enderlin. In the corner to Hardy. The shot by Hill is good. Graham Hill, his first 2 points of the game. And it's back to a 16-point lead. That shot, if it goes, would have counted. But it doesn't. And Fairview holds on to that 16-point lead after 3 quarters of play. Boulder Fairview leading Thomas Jefferson 54-38 in our Class 4A Division Championship game from McNichols Sports Arena. We'll be back in a moment.
Fast Freddy's forklift service. You break them, we fix them. I don't know about that. We're kind of busy right now. Take care of that on Monday for you. Yeah, okay.
Isn't it funny how when you really need help, no one seems to care? Not so at Murray Equipment Company. We want your service business, so don't call him.
Fast Freddy.
Call us. Murray Equipment Company. Large enough to serve, still small enough to care.
This week, there's solid gold excitement when Leo Sayer co-hosts with Dionne Warwick and welcomes Grammy winner Mickey Gilley with his country hit, A Headache Tomorrow or A Heartache Tonight. Plus, Sister Sledge with All American Girl, Lover Boys, Turn Me Loose, Jermaine Jackson, Harry Chapin, and the hilarious Waylon Flowers and Madam. It's the week's hottest hour of music and variety. It's solid gold.
Saturday night at 10 and Sunday evening at 6.
Jim Conrad, Herb Brown, John Canales at McNichols Sports Arena as we are about ready to start the fourth and final game tonight, the Class 4A championship game, and Fairview continues to hold on to that 16-point lead. Billy Thompson will jump it up against James Perry. Perry controls the tip. Nice play by James Perry.
Perry has been impressive this second half. He's done a good job.
Eric Black drives the lane. He's fouled by Randall Scruggs. There was no basket, but Eric Black will get 2 shots here.
Another look now. Black really pushes hard, penetrates. Scruggs picks it up. The number 22 will go to the line. Good athlete. Let his ball come to the state championship this fall over Cherry Creek.
2 shots. First one is good. He has 7 points now. Eric Black came in averaging 19.4, and he has not really had that good a tournament. 8 points in the first 3 games, and now he's got 7 tonight after averaging 19.4. But his team has made it to the finals, so I guess that's what counts. Black gets his own rebound, but the shot is no good, and Billy Thompson brings it the other way. Tracy to Brian Scruggs.
The more I see it, Thompson, the more I like it. We got a foul inside, but Thompson can run. Besides being able to shoot it, he gets up and down the floor. 24 picks up the foul for, that's Mueller. That's his first.
And it's 54-39. Fairview leads it. With 7:38 remaining in the game. There's Billy Thompson. He drives and scores, and he has got 19. And is the leading scorer in the game.
You know, that kid looks like he could grow a little bit too, Jim. He could get up to 6'5", maybe 6'6". He just looks like a pup. I believe somebody ought to take a shot on him.
Rebound to Tracy. Billy Thompson, the 6'3" senior for Boulder Fairview, has played impressively tonight. Inside to Tracy. Back to Thompson. Here's Brian Scruggs. Tries to find brother Randall Scruggs, but it goes out of bounds.
Staying with Thompson again. The thing I like about him, I've watched him the entire game. I haven't seen him loaf once. He doesn't jake it at all. He's under. Look at him hustle. Look at him go down the floor.
Mueller has it knocked away there, and it's inside to Pat Brewer, but he is fouled and will go to the line. And the foul is on Barry Remington.
Remington started out strong. Still has 13 points. Got all of them. No, he's got 50 in the beg your pardon. He's got 1 bucket in the second half. But early on, when it was a ball game, he really was superb.
Well, Brewer doesn't go to the line. It was not a shooting foul. But TJ will have the ball as they trail by 17. 6:44 left in the game. Stolen away by Brian Scruggs. Nice pass to Tracy. He drives. It's no good, but he is fouled by David Black, or Eric Black, I'm sorry.
I want to see a guy go hard to the board. Nobody was going to stop this kid. Look at Tracy's busted. Goes in there tough, and he is going to get fouled or hit the bucket, one of the two.
That is Eric Black, second personal, and we'll have...
Well, there's the little guy that we like so well. Number 20 comes in, Richard Corey, 5'6".
Tracy hits the first free throw, and now Fairview matches their biggest lead of the ball game, 18 points. They lead at 57-39. 6:37 remain. And Tracy both. He has 4 points now in the ball game. It's now a 19-point lead for Fairview. Carey inside, nice pass to Leety. His shot is blocked by Thompson. Here comes Fairview the other way, but we'll have a foul called on Pat Brewer as he fouled Tracy.
Thompson had the rejection at the other end. Leads to a foul on TJ. Our score is 58-39. The time remaining 6:24.
Foul on Brewer is his second of the night. Brewer, the leading scorer for Thomas Jefferson with 12. Billy Thompson to Barry Remington. Randall Scruggs. And again, Brian Scruggs throws the ball away.
And his coach Bob Hoffman is up and telling him, take it off, forget it, because the movement was good. They just didn't get together on the wing.
There's a nice drive. Black, it's short, though. He tries to get his own rebound. It comes out to Randall Scruggs. Here's Brian Scruggs all the way, but he is hammered by Richard Carey. That little 5'6" sophomore used all 100 pounds that he's got and nailed Brian Scruggs.
All right, another look. Little Carey does weigh about 100. Scruggs goes down. Fortunately, doesn't get hurt, because when you're airborne like that, there can be a serious problem. Black comes out. Number 32 in for Thomas Jefferson is Kirk Roberts, 6-foot junior.
5:59 remaining. It's a 19-point lead. 58-39. Fairview leads it. Brian Scruggs at the line for 2 shots. And he'll get the second. Trying to make it a 20-point lead. He doesn't. controls for Thomas Jefferson. There's Carey, nice drive down the lane. He shovels off the Brewer, but there is a foul underneath.
That little 100-pounder just drilled Remington. And he's got the charge, I believe. Here's Remington, 210. Corey, 100. Little Corey picks up the charge.
And Richard Carey did not.
I beg your pardon.
Richard Carey did not like that one. His second personal foul. But I'm sure Barry Remington has been hit by bigger guys in his football career.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. And he, talking to Sam Pagano, this guy's future is solid.
Barry Remington steps to the line, a 6'4" junior. He'll be back next year. Now he has a chance on the 1-and-1 to make it a 20-point lead. He does. And Barry Remington now with 16. 5 remaining. That's no good. Rebound to Leety. Jeff Leety being pressed there by Brian Scruggs. Here's Richard Carey again with the ball. He finds Pat Brewer. His 16-footer is good. Brewer now with 14.
Well, he's been the best player for TJ.
No question. Here's Remington, and he is fouled. And the foul will be on. The foul will be on Troy Mueller. His second personal of the night.
More people coming in for TJ. Number 22 back in the lineup is Black. 23 is back in David West. Leaving is Carey. Number 24, Troy Mueller. So the starters are pretty much in. Number 12, Craig Cobb reports.
We'll get another player for the Fairview Knights. That's number 11, Dennis Beebe, now into the lineup. He replaces Randall Scruggs, who goes out with 16 points.
Pretty balanced for TJ. I beg your pardon, for Fairview. Thompson with 19, Scruggs 16, Remington 16.
Remington makes it 17, and the lead goes to 20. Excuse me, the lead is 19 now. Fairview 60-41. And the rebound to Brian Scruggs, as he made a nice play coming from behind. And Fairview just having it all their way tonight. Inside, nice pass to Billy Thompson. His shot, however, no good, and Leety grabs the rebound. 5:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. David West with the ball to Craig Cobb. Here's Jeff Leety. Around jumper partially blocked by Brian Scruggs, but Scruggs hammered him, and the call will go against Brian Scruggs.
So Leety will go to the line for a pair. He's not had the night he had against Kennedy, obviously. He had 20, and tonight he has 6. And we've got a timeout, Jim. TJ wants timeout.
And with Fairview leading at 60-41 with 5 minutes remaining, a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
See me, Coach?
It's about your scholarship.
You heard?
You were looking for a little better outside shooter.
But Hamilton,
I think your grades changed their minds.
It's kite flying season, and what kid, young or old alike, doesn't thrill to the satisfaction of the age-old pastime of building and flying kites? Always use dry string, never wire or anything metallic for string or parts, and try to keep away from electric lines. If you miss, don't take chances on getting it down, or you may be flirting with danger.
It's happening in your town.
It's spring. Time to play it pretty smart.
There's so much in store for you.
It's a pretty smart place to leave notes.
Take a look at all the smart things a pretty phone can do.
I can decorate a phone to match my home. We have lots of pretty smart ideas this spring.
Getting Bell quality is pretty smart.
Come on in and play it pretty smart with genuine Bell.
Check your phone book for the phone center store nearest you.
Now you're on candid camera. That isn't Alan Funt. You told me it was Alan Funt, Jimmy.
I thought you'd know that with Alan Funt doesn't have any hair. You should have guessed. All right, we got Jeff Leety at the line, shooting 2 for Thomas Jefferson as they trail by 19, 60-41. 5 minutes left in the ball game. Leedy's first shot off the front of the rim, and it's been that kind of a night for Thomas Jefferson. Second shot is good by Leety. He's got 7. But really, what a year for TJ as they win the football championship, and now in the finals in the basketball. Stolen away by Craig Cobb to Eric Black. Drive is knocked away by Billy Thompson. Good block. He gets it down to Brian Scruggs. He's got Remington. Scruggs drives it all the way. It's blocked. Remington with the left hand, and he spins it in.
Well, Brewer's down on the floor. Unfortunately, he's up by Thompson at the other end. You know, you mentioned TJ. They have had a great year, and they got nothing to be ashamed of tonight. I guarantee you, this ball club came in 12-9, the third-place outfit out of Denver, and it just wasn't to be. They played a ball club on another level.
Well, that's certainly the case tonight. Here's Leety driving the lane, and again, Leety can't buy a bucket. Rebound to Tage. Tracy knocked away by David Black, and now David Black will be called for the foul. Well, let's run down this stellar crew here for Channel 2 that brought you all 3 of these games tonight. Our producer tonight, Leondell Lemieux, directed by Lou Personette. Our assistant director, Brian Perry. Our technical director, Robert Bobby Kellison. On audio tonight, Ron Jensen. Video, Joe Biani. Slow motion, Phil Aylen. And our 4 cameramen who did excellent work tonight, Jerry Bader, Steve Radin, Doug Fredericks, Monroe Jackson. Thank you all. Another stellar job from the Channel 2 crew.
You know, this is a good lick, I think, to televise the state tournament. It's a very special thing, a high school state tournament. I think it's a good look. Here's a little guy I think we'll hear a lot of back in the action. Richard Carey, just a little guy. But you know, a lot of guys, when they're sophomores, they don't weigh a lot. You can grow 5-6 inches that junior year, put on 20 pounds. And I think it shows a lot of confidence on the part of Kenny Hughes to play a youngster that small. He's a sophomore. He sees something there. Kenny Hughes will have his ball club back in the state tournament again. He's a veteran, does a good job coaching. And I think this has to be one of his most satisfying years to get down here with that kind of a record and a third-place finish.
Billy Thompson grabs the missed shot, and Thompson now with 20 points. Fairview leads at 65-42, a 23-point lead, their biggest of the night. But Pat Brewer comes back. 16.
Well, the nice thing, Pat Brewer's just a junior. He'll be back. Craig Cobb will be back. Richard Carey, Eric Black, that's not too shabby an athlete. Troy Mueller.
Billy Thompson scores again. He's fouled by Eric Black.
Hey, I'm telling you, somebody's got to give this kid a chance to play. Billy Thompson goes up, uses the glass. Billy Thompson, 6'4" senior. I got to believe somebody, you know, Bruce Harrelson was down here from Montana State. He got a pretty good eye. Somebody's got to take a chance on this kid, even if they make him a 5-year player. He can put on some weight. He's a thin kid. He's got good legs, and he's a very active kid. Most important, he's got some heart. He's a 100%er.
Well, it looked like on that last shot that he could have dunked it if he would have really wanted to. He really got off the floor, and now Tage Tracy comes out of the game for Boulder Fairview, replaced by Dennis Beebe, and he gets a big hand, Tage Tracy.
Let's take a look at the bottom line here at the state tournament. They had 8,100 both arenas just this arena on Wednesday. I beg your pardon once again, it'll also be down at the auditorium. On Thursday, 9,500. Friday, 9,000. And for tonight it'd be 10,000. Their grand total 59,617. Up at CU 1,900. I believe that's correct. This must be for tonight. So they've had a lot of people take in the tournament.
Well, as you said, it's a very exciting tournament, and I know one of my favorite times of the year to get to come down here and
it's nice. You know, you're from Pueblo. You get to come into town. People come over from the slope. We've got 2 metro area teams involved tonight, but there's been different people involved. Look at Remington with the left hand.
And Barry Remington has 21. 70-44, a 26-point lead now for Fairview. Here's Pat Brewer on the drive. Nice to see Brewer score again because he's really had it going here in the second half. 12 second half points for Pat Brewer. He's a junior, 6'3". Nice drive.
Yeah, he is a player. He's looked very good. He is not giving up. Goes inside, picks it up. They're celebrating to the left of us on the Fairview bench. They know it's over. A lot of different folks in there. There's Bobby Hoffman, his first state championship. Gets a happy bunch of people. Here's a shot by Brewer, and he misses it. There's the rebound inside. And the bucket. Number 34, Mueller picks it up.
And Boulder Fairview is trying to clean up here in the last few minutes. Randall Scruggs misses the jumper. Troy Mueller with the rebound, knocked away by Remington. But Remington will foul Craig Cobb. 3:07 remaining. Fairview leads 70-48, a 22-point lead. Remington with the foul. It's his fourth. Randall Scruggs now out of the ballgame for Fairview. And all the substitutes coming in for Boulder Fairview.
And you look down that Fairview roster, we talked about TJ. Here comes Remington out. Did a great job. All right, Remington returns. He's a junior. Jonathon Hopkins, 6'3", returns. And Travis Hardy's a junior. Other than that, there are 8 seniors who are very, very happy people tonight. They're leaving a winner.
Craig Cobb hits his first jumper, or first free throw, I should say. He has 5 points. There's the Boulder Fairview fans as they celebrate. Cobb's second shot is good, and he has 6 on the night.
That community plays a little basketball. Boulder High under Kent Smith has been down here a time or two and won it.
That's Rich Enderlin for Boulder Fairview. He has it stolen away by Kirk Roberts for TJ. But Darrell DeHorney picks it up for Fairview. Dennis Beebe, we got a lot of substitute. We'll try to keep you abreast of them. A little bit difficult. That's Jonathon Hopkins in the corner to Beebe. Back out front to Enderlin. He drives the lane and he's hammered. Hammered there by Kirk Roberts. Another replacement coming in for Fairview. That's Graham Hill. He replaces Dennis Beebe. And Kirk Roberts picks up his first personal of the night. It will send Rich Enderlin to the line for Fairview as Fairview leads it by 20, 70-50, 2:40 remaining. His shot is no good.
Number 41 coming in for Fairview now, Travis Hardy. I tell you, I was impressed with this kid as a tailback and leaving the action. Number 15, Graham Hill.
And also into the TJ lineup, James Duchan, his first appearance of the night, a 6'1" senior. So James Duchan gets a chance to say that he played in a state championship game. Rebound by TJ and scored. And that's Jonathon Hopkins with his first 2 points of the game, the 6'3" junior.
Saw some interesting ball games down there. Look at the little guy go in and get himself one. Carey. I mentioned some interesting games, though. Saw Regis beat Pueblo Centennial. An excellent basketball game. Guy Gibbs can coach. Got a couple of players down here. Stanley Dallas has done a good job. Alameda, we mentioned the Rose and Smith kid. They won the consolation championship. Gary Gold's retiring. Jimmy and Bear Creek has had a fine career there. Jay Bryan, his horse. Smoky Hill under Dick Koza did a good job down here. They beat Montbella the first night. So it's been an interesting tournament.
Well, it certainly has been. That's Darrell DeHorney with the rebound for TJ. Here's Dennis Beebe driving the length of the floor, and he scores, and he'll have the satisfaction of knowing that as a senior, he got 2 points in a state championship game. TJ down at the other end. The drive by Kirk Roberts, but he is fouled there. And now Beebe comes out as Hopkins goes back in. Boy, we're having a heck of a time trying to keep up with all these substitutions.
Well, I'll tell you, Beebe's been on the escalator up and back. There's the Fairview fans. They're very excited. We've got a timeout. Thomas Jefferson wants to get some kids into the ball game.
Well, Fairview leads it 74-52. They've had a lead as high as 26 points. It's now down to 22. But Boulder Fairview certainly deserving of the win that they're about to rack up, as they have played very well from the opening tip. They never Jefferson into the ball game at all, and have just played excellently.
Well, Jimmy, for 5 minutes in the first half, they played as good a defense as I've ever seen in this state. And there have been some good defensive basketball teams, but they were belly to belly, just really doing a job. And, you know, if you play defense like that, normally good things are going to happen. They decided the basketball game in the first half, and I think because of that D.
Well, we were talking about a good tournament up at the CU Event Center. You got to see Tad Boyle and Greeley Central go all the way there in Class AA. We got to see a good Yuma team against another good team from John Mull. Two good players, Mecklenburg and Fitzsimons for Yuma, and then the big horse for John Mull and Luke Delafiore. So we got to see excellent players there. And then in the A division, a really gutsy Caliche team, and Bob Pyle, who came out of nowhere to score about 22 tonight. So in all the divisions, excellent play. Second shot off the rim and no good by Kirk Roberts. Here's a layup by Danny Felknor, a 6-foot senior for Fairview, his first 2 points of the game, and he is fouled.
Tell you what I like is this bench for Fairview cheering this kid on. Here's Felknor, first bucket, and I hope we get a reaction from the Fairview bench. Look at the kid on the end of it. And that's a team effort. They're happy for this youngster. He'll remember this. Doesn't get to play a lot because there's a lot of talent. Nice going to the line.
Here he is, Danny Felknor. The rebound comes out to TJ. It's controlled by Troy Mueller. A minute 48 left. Mueller looks inside, trying to find Kirk Roberts, but it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Fairview's ball.
Fairview fans remain in the stands.
The booze you hear, there was a request by the PA announcer that the Fairview fans stay in the stands. They want to come down and see their team.
Here's Dennis Beebe. He scores again, and he's got 4 points.
Hey, he's a little baby-faced kid having the time of his life. Look at number 11.
26-point lead again for Boulder Fairview. A minute 28 remaining. Nice pass inside by Richard Carey. And Kirk Roberts went off to the shot, but was fouled by Darrell DeHorney.
All right, here's a nice pass by Richard Carey, the young sophomore, 5'6". Gets it inside, threads the needle, and there's the foul.
I'm telling you, he reminds me of Nate Archibald. He looks one way, passed the other way. Nice play by Richard Carey. And only a sophomore. Here's Kirk Roberts at the line. His first shot is up and good, and that's his first point of the night, a 6-foot junior for Thomas Jefferson.
Guarantee we'll come down and do this thing again next year. If TJ won't recognize Carey, he'll have grown about 5-6 inches. At age, that's 16th years when you get your growth.
Kirk Roberts hits the second point, 78-54. Fairview leads it. A minute 24 remaining, and TJ will get the ball.
The reason they're going all the way back, nobody touched the ball, so it'll be inbounded underneath for TJ. 1:24 remaining.
And don't forget to stick around because we will keep it here for the presentation after the game, as all the trophies will be presented to the teams here in the finals. And we've got a foul on Kevin Warmath, a 6'4" sophomore in the ball game for Thomas Jefferson. That will send Jonathon Hopkins to the line for Boulder Fairview. 24-point lead for Boulder Fairview as the Fairview fans celebrate their 4A championship. Driving the length of the floor is Greg Paschke, a 6'1" sophomore, but he has it stolen away. Fairview comes the other way. Score by Jonathon Hopkins. He's got 4 points. 26-point lead again for Fairview. A minute 10 left in the ball game. And now TJ will get a traveling call. That on Troy Mueller.
That's travel without a suitcase, Jimmy. 1:04 remaining.
1:04 remaining. TJ pressing, but it's over with. There's Dennis Beebe to Rich Enderlin. He goes out for the 3-point shot.
Oh, when you're hot, you're hot. Look at that kid. When you're hot, you're hot. He backed off, wanted that shot. He says, hey, take a look here, John Roach.
Inside is Kirk Roberts. He's now got 4. Rich Enderlin.
What's next?
Wanted to try the 3-pointer. Here's Dennis. They're not stopping. 82-56, Fairview leads it. Stolen away by Kirk Roberts, and they'll come the other way, but there's Travis Hardy for the steal. He gets it to Darrell DeHorney. Here's Hardy, the 16-footer. It's long, no good. Rebound to Troy Mueller. 22 seconds remaining. 82-56, Fairview with the lead. And we've got a foul. The foul is on number 35. I'll take that back. There is, oh yes, there is Darrell DeHorney. Darrell DeHorney picks up the foul for Boulder Fairview, and Troy Mueller will be on the line for TJ. 26-point lead for Fairview. Now 25. Also want to thank Glenn Plumley of the Channel 2 staff who was here working with the timers tonight. We appreciate his help. Rebound comes to Travis Hardy. 15 seconds left in the game. Here's Darrell DeHorney. Horney drives the baseline. Shot is no good. Rebound comes to Troy Mueller. Mueller has played well here at the end of the ball game. That's great. Paschke gets it down to Kevin Warmath. That shot is good at the buzzer. But it's to no avail as Boulder Fairview beats Thomas Jefferson 82-59 for the Class 4A Division Championship. And Fairview now going down to congratulate Thomas Jefferson. And some of the Fairview fans trying to run onto the court. But the security people are there to prevent that. The not to get down onto the court. And 82-59, our final score is Fairview beats Thomas Jefferson. And I don't know what else more we can say about this victory for Fairview. They just did everything well.
Yeah, I think that sums it up exactly as it is, Jim.
Well, the celebration continues for Boulder Fairview. Of course, the Spartans have nothing to be ashamed of as they really came in here as an underdog. The number 3 qualifier from the Jefferson County League. They had to win 3 big games, and they did them by close scores as they beat Heritage 54-46 the first night, then beat Westminster 60-58 in overtime the second night, and then down Kennedy last night 56-46. So they did a job as TJ made it all the way to the finals, and before losing to a good Boulder Fairview team.
Well, we're starting to get into the presentations. There's the big trophy. Something they do interesting here, Jimmy. The personnel at McNichols cut down the nets and give them to Fairview instead of letting some kid get up there, and he possibly could get hurt.
Well, it is, and now we're starting to get some of the presentations. There is Lyman High School's coach and his team going off with a consolation trophy. And we're trying to get head coach Bob Hoffman of Boulder Fairview down to John Canales to do an interview with him. Let's go to the presentations right now until we can get to Hoffman.
Will make that presentation.
And
there they are, 1981 Class A1 champions.
Now John Canales has head coach Bob Hoffman, the winning head coach from Boulder Fairview.
For AA competition.
Let's go to John Canales.
Christian, the Crusaders and their coach, Mr. Dick Cotty.
Well, we'll take that back. They're not quite ready, and we'll stay with the presentations.
Kirby Lyle of Cherry Creek will make that presentation. Congratulations, Crusaders, consolation champions. Third place in this AA tournament.
All right, let's go to John Canales with the winning coach in Class 4A, Bob Hoffman of the Fairview Knights. John?
Bob, great performance from your club tonight.
Thank you very much. We played excellent defense, and I thought it gave us an opportunity to get our transition game going. I thought they were a little bit spent from the tough 3 games they had, and we were able to get up on them early, and I think it was tough for them to come back in that they're a zone team and had to come out of their zone defense.
You took over about midway through the first period and dominated for the rest of the half, and they just never had a chance to get back in the game after that.
That's weird. I don't understand. You know, they played hard, and our team played very hard, but we shot the ball so well, it's tough to play against that.
You came through a tough bracket. You had to beat Alameda. You had to beat Regis, and that's a pretty good performance for your club.
Anytime you win a state tournament, I bet it's at least 90%. The other 10% is, you know, we have great athletes. We really do have a good athletic team. Most teams have maybe 2 or 3 really good athletes. I think we have 6 or 7.
Congratulations, Coach. Good win.
Thank you very much.
Bob Hoffman, winning coach of the Fairview Knights. Let's go back now to Jim and Irv.
Well, Jim, or Irv, we're going back to the presentations as we continue to make them. The runners-up in Class AA. There was a John Mull Panthers, and now the champions of the Class A, the Yuma Indians. And let's go back to the presentations as they're being made at center court.
There we have them, AA champions in the 1981 State High School Basketball Tournament. And their coach, Mr. Ken Shaw. Congratulations, John. Now the 4A consolation champions from Alameda, the Pirates, and their coach, Mr. Dwayne Lewis. Mr. Bill Gray of North Park and a member of the tournament committee will make that presentation. Congratulations, gentlemen. Third place goes to Coach Earl Sandstead and the Kennedy Commanders. Mr. Bob Conklin and Bob Wilson. Mr. Rob Conklin and Mr. Bob Wilson making that presentation. Congratulations. Now the runner-up team, 4A competition. The Spartans of TJ and their coach, Mr. Ken Hughes. Mr. Conklin and Mr. Wilson will make that presentation as well. There we are. Second place, 4A competition, 1981 State Basketball Tournament. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the championship team from the 1981 tournament, the Knights of Fairview. Their coach, Mr. Bob Hoffman. Kirby Lyle of Cherry Creek making that presentation. Again, remind you, please remain off. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Fairview Knights and their coach, Bob Hoffman, Class 4A champions for 1981. Thank you, coaches, thank you, players, thank you, band members, and thank you, fans, for your attendance at this 1981 State Basketball Tournament. Thank you and good evening.
And we'll be back with more from McNichols Sports Arena after this timeout.
Super 8 at Super 8 and the trophy line at Super 8. We take the time to make your stay so fine. At Super 8 you're in for a super stay. You're in for super stay. Super 8 at Super
America's finest economy lodging with over 6,000 rooms in 100 locations nationwide.
You're in for a super stay at Super 8, at Super 8.
The J.C. Penney at-home sale turns a plain kitchen into a cook's delight. With 30% off all Mighty Oak cutlery, 50% off this 8-piece cookware set, 25% off all dinnerware and flatware, $90 off this auto set microwave. The at-home sale at J.C. Penney now.
This is J.C. Penney.
Back, just give it to me. Tell him just a second. Jim Conrad back at McNichol Sports Arena along with Irv Brown and John Canales. And gentlemen, an excellent tournament. I think we saw 3 good games here tonight. And it sounds like they had 2 good ones up at CU. Your thoughts on the last one, what we saw, Irv?
Well, Fairview just, they were on a roll. Just that simple. They played tremendous basketball. They got the job done. DJ, I thought, had a great season, but they were just up against a much better ball club tonight. And Bobby Hoffman's ball club deserved to win it.
John, all 3 games very interesting, but all very different that we saw here tonight.
Well, we saw a couple of pretty close games early, and then we saw this game here in the 4A championship where Fairview just dominated from early on, and that's what it takes sometimes to win a championship.
All right, let's run down the final scores. We'll give you all of them. In A Division 2 up at Boulder tonight, Flagler beats Pete's 59-50 for the championship there. In Class A Division 1, a game you saw here, Caliche beats Silver State Baptist 57-50. Caliche the champions. In the Class 3A championship game up in Boulder, Greeley Central the winner 70-46 over Broomfield. In the Class AA game that you saw here on TV2, the Yuma Indians beating John Mall 57-54. Yuma the championship team. And again, Thomas Jefferson Spartans losing to the Fairview Knights here in the final game of the evening. Class 4A as they lose 82-59. And I think it bodes well for the tournament that we saw some good competition in all 5 divisions.
Well, no question about it. You saw some individuals. We've run over the Thompson kid, the Mecklenburg kid. There were just some great competitors. Colorado basketball has come a long way.
All right, that'll do it for the 60th annual Boys State High School basketball tournament at McNichols Arena. For John Canales and Irv Brown, I'm Jim Conrad saying good night.
The 60th annual Colorado State High School basketball tournament has been brought to you by the following companies: Mountain Bell, Pepsi Cola, catch that Pepsi spirit. Public service, we're here to help. Super 8 Motels Incorporated, America's finest economy lodging. The J.C. Penney Company, your local Big A auto parts stores, your Lincoln Mercury dealer, the home of the front-wheel drive Lynx, the Denver Gold and Silver Exchange.
And then it will be finished. What do you know about the Swan girl? She is very lovely. And an obedient daughter. Do you like her? Yes. If your father's hatred is not ended, Akiko may be killed.
I think you better hold your gun on him, son.
He's done good here, Pa.
And he's killed a man. This time we're going to see he don't get loose.
Now, I'm sorry it has to be this way.
Blue 13.
Is anybody over here excited about this? Well, tell me why Matt's name is bigger than all the others up there.
So one of the girls really likes him a lot.
Were you at the tournament? Of course. I mean, who had the loudest band?
We did. All the way.
They were the football state champs in 78 and 79. Last year, the Knights were first in girls cross country. Now, basketball. Speakers gave credit to awesome fan support from students. The 12 gentlemen of the team, superb ball handling, you know. And of course, credit was given to teamwork. Nearly all important accomplishments are the result of teamwork, someone said. Team at Fairview High and Boulder, all 1,800 of them are #1 for now. Their building may not stop shaking for a week. Ron Mitchell, 9 News.
Let me correct something before I get 82,000 phone calls. Time flies. 79 Fairview won last year. It didn't seem like yesterday, but Thomas Jefferson won the football championship.
What do you have coming up later?
All right, Larry Brown is leaving UCLA. Guy just can't seem to hang on to a job anywhere. But also we'll talk about all the upsets, show you some of the action from the NCAA basketball tournament, and hear from the Denver Avalanche.
Colorado, the Lady Buster season came to a close over the weekend with the crowning of 5 state champions. Now they all deserve congratulations. Fairview in 4A, Greeley Central in 3A, Class 2A champion Yuma, Caliche in A1, and Flagler in A2. I'm sure they're all still celebrating, and we dropped in today to the party at Fairview. The 4A state champs were honored this morning at an assembly in the Fairview gym. Their win over Thomas Jefferson on Saturday night brought home the trophy. Hard to find that this year Fairview had won it all. Their tournament wins included triumphs over highly regarded Alameda and Regis, and through the tournament.
So the Bears went down 4-3. Bruce McPherson will go out in the mound tonight for the Bears. Well, in football.
Fine season. Congratulations to them, Fairview and all the other state champs. And the girls' state tournament begins later this week.
Stay tuned for James Garner and the Rockford Files next on to your late night connection.
Wake up to a new voice, the Denver Post Morning Edition. Get it out of the rack, bright and early.
Tuna again? Tuna again. Tuna again? Hey, no, wait. It's Chunk Chunk Chicken!
Tuna again? Turn to Swanson Chunk Chicken for a change. Swanson Chunk Chicken is no-fuss chunks of tender, delicious, juicy chicken that go everywhere tuna goes.
No, it's Chunk Chunk Chicken!
Swanson Chunk Chicken for a change.
I wish there were something I could do about these ugly yellow stains on my teeth.
Honey, give up smoking.
Jim, I'm trying to.
Hey, Fran, look. Try Topol, the smoker's tooth polish.
Mint-flavored Topol starts to clean teeth immediately. Helps remove superficial yellow tobacco stains so your teeth get brighter and stay brighter. Topol, America's #1 tooth polish sold expressly for smokers.
Oh, I love them.
Now, I love the way Topol made your teeth so clean and bright looking.
Topol, the smoker's tooth polish.
Christina, darling. Do you think it's clean? I'm gonna make a perfect life for you. Nothing is clean. It's all light enough. No wire hangers ever.
Yes, Mommy, dearest.
When I asked you to call me that, I wanted you to mean it.
Fade
Dunaway is Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest, rated PG.
Starts Friday at a theater near you. Check local papers for listings.
Watch what we're doing Saturday nights for laughs with the outrageous comedy antics of Benny Hill, Saturday night at 8:30 on TV2.
The furniture I always dreamed about is real. Dollhouse furniture by Singer, what America's coming home to, at prices you can afford. My dollhouse bed looks just like a cottage. My dresser looks like a general store, and it holds my doll's furniture. My desk is like a schoolhouse, so it's fun to do my homework.
It's sold open, available for immediate pickup or delivery at American Furniture Warehouse.
American Furniture Warehouse brings to you.
For a truly unique, refreshing experience, the Grand Central Sauna and Hot Tub Company, the original hot tub and sauna facility, invites you to soak your tensions away. The Grand Central facility features 20 private rooms, cedar hot tubs, soothing hydrojets, cedar-lined saunas, and moderate hourly rates. Singles, couples, and families are invited to stop by our convenient downtown location at 845 Lincoln from 10 a.m. daily. Enjoy yourself. The legendary Jeep CJ. It's for all seasons, but the best season to buy is right now with special year-end prices. You'll never get a new Jeep at prices this low, so hurry. You'll find these prices only at these Denver Jeep dealers. Bob Bundy, Broadway AMC Jeep, Kearns Jeep, Northland AMC Jeep, and Colorado AMC Jeep.
Carl Sagan invites you to watch Cosmos, a 13-part series appearing on public television. Cosmos takes you on an epic journey through space and time to the galaxies, the stars, our past and our future. Join Carl Sagan as he explores some of the mysteries of life on Earth and the possibilities of life out there. Watch for Cosmos. You never know who else might be watching. Cosmos is made possible in part by a grant from Atlantic Richfield Company. Check your local listing for time and date.